Hey there, Lisa here. Welcome to my channel. I hope you'll join me in my love of crafting and DIYs and hit that subscribe button. This video is part of the Third Thursday Thrift Flips collaboration, which is one of my favorites. And this month I get to be co-host. I'm so excited. Thank you so much to Tammie at the Rusted Willow and Elizabeth at Rustic Chicks Designs for asking me to co-host and for being such wonderful hosts on this fun monthly challenge. Their channels, as well as the playlist, will be linked in my description box. Be sure to check those out for more thrift flip inspiration. I picked up this little bunny planter from my local thrift store, and it was listed as 95 cents, but it was orange price tag 50% off day, so I got it for less than 50 cents. So the first thing I did was give it a good coat of Rustoleum chalk paint in the color linen white. And I did this mainly as a base and a little bit, it serves a little bit like a primer to then use acrylic paint on. Next, I took this acrylic paint that I had mixed up in to resemble a terracotta color, and I gave the bunny probably 3 coats, at least 3 coats, we'll say, over top of the dried chalk paint. Once I had all the coats on, I took the antique wax by Waverly and I applied it with a brush and then wiped it off with a paper towel, and my goal was to just get these raised portions, his ears, his face, his feet, so that they just popped just a little bit. Ended up pretty much having to just paint on his nose and mouth with the antique wax, as it just wasn't very indented there and it just would not stick. And once everything was good and dry, I took some floral foam and fit down inside the planter. I then took this greenery pick that I had on hand and cut them all down to size, and then I am just simply going to fill this planter with this greenery. Once I had the planter filled with the greenery, I took and gave these carrots some antique wax, and I just did the front side. I never throw anything away, so I had these pieces of wire on hand, probably from something fall based on the rust color. And so I just took those and straightened them out, and then I take and wrap them around a pencil to get that corkscrew look. I then hot glue one end to the back of the carrot. And then I place those in the planter as well, just here and there, no rhyme or reason. And there's only 3 sitting here, but I do end up doing 5 carrots. Finally, I take some green moss and just fill the planter to cover the floral foam and give it a little bit more interest. And that is it for this little one. Stick around to the end to see it all complete. So I picked these little baskets up at the local thrift store, and I believe one was listed at 55 cents and one was 65 cents. So I got them both for just a little over $1. And the first thing I did was take off the little bunnies that they had on the front, and then I sanded that down a little bit, but I wasn't too worried about it because that is going to be the back of our basket. Then I took candle wax and I am just going to rub it over the basket, so that in those areas the paint sticks less, which makes for easy distressing. I gave the outer portion of both baskets a coat of Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster. Once that coated chalk paint had dried, I took my sandpaper and just sanded down the outer portion of the basket. And those areas that there was candle wax sands off real easy, and you get that distressed look with not a whole lot of work. I took these little bunnies that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 12, and we're going to use 4 of them, 1 for each side of each of the baskets. And I am just going to leave them as they are on the front. I decided that on the back, because it is just plain raw wood, I was going to give them a little color so that when they peek over the edge, when you're looking at the front of the basket, they have a little bit of color. I apologize, I am completely off camera here, but to do that, I just took one of these furniture markers, and this is in the oak color, and I just colored in the ears and the little bit of the head, enough that would show over the edge of the basket. Then I took and hot glued them on the basket. Some of them I put in the middle, some on the edges. It just depended on what I liked. So I got this Peter Rabbit napkin at TJ Maxx, and I just thought it was so stinking cute and I wanted to use it. So I took it and I am going to decoupage a few eggs with it. And the best way I found to do this was to take a water pen and cut out a section of the napkin and then apply Mod Podge, then apply the napkin and then apply a coat of Mod Podge over that. So I do several of these eggs, but only end up using a few. Okay, back to the basket. So I took some floral foam and I am going to set down inside one of the baskets. And so I'm just going to give you a couple ideas of how these could be styled. I mean, you really could do anything with these baskets, but I just took and added some Spanish moss. So we put floral foam in this one and then Spanish moss. And then I'm going to take these picks and just stick down in there. So for the second basket, I decided all we need in this one is some Spanish moss. So I just fill it up with Spanish moss. And then I simply put my decoupaged eggs inside the basket. Here is our bunny before, and here is our bunny after. I really like the way this one turned out. I actually had some baking soda or something in that mix that I didn't realize. So it kind of gives it sort of a rough texture that was sort of a happy accident. So you guys will have to let me know what you guys think of that one. And here are our baskets before and then our baskets after. And so like I said, you could really put anything in these. I did do the Peter Rabbit eggs in the blue one, and then in the yellow one we just have some greenery, and then I popped a little egg in there as well. You guys will have to let me know what you think of this. And here's another. You could just put eggs in there or something small so that then you can see the other ears peeking up. I think that that's just a really cute look. Anyhow, I appreciate you all taking the time to stop in and watch my video today. If you are a current subscriber, thank you so much for the support. If you're new and like what you saw today, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. Thank you to our hosts, and a special thanks for letting me co-host this month. Be sure to check out the playlist in my description box to get all sorts of other flip inspiration. Again, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. See you next month for some more great flips.